How's it going, everyone? Mountainspyder here, bringing another episode in the Pokemon TCG series. And today I want to continue my review of basically my last top 10 and take a look at the different decks on it and basically play through them again and talk about them again, as it's been quite a long time since I did the first impressions of these decks. So sort of sit down, play with these decks, discuss them a bit, and yeah, just see how these decks are really performing. So this is straight from the ladder. It's not an event game, just because I want to showcase a few more games a bit quicker, and also just I don't want to use up tickets while I'm having conversation at the same time. So this is Unseen Depths. Now, I do prefer going first Unseen Depths. Right off the bat, if you're playing Unseen Depths, I find I tend to do better going first. Now, there's a number of reasons for that, which I'll explain. Now, Apalm is actually a really great start, especially if you're going first. Because what it allows you to do is it allows you to basically set up and hopefully get the evolution second turn. If you're lucky enough and do get it, you can very easily turn that into a very quick turn 1 or turn 2 KO. Because you can swing at 120 damage, which is fantastic. I actually want to play down Viridian Forest so that I can use it to thin my deck a little bit. So I want to get rid of that, and I want to take a look and see. One of my Empoleons is a prize card, so getting Empoleon out is going to be a bit of a problem. And so is one Ambipom. So I'm not going to rely on this Pokemon too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring out my Kyogre next turn. Now it's going to be a very early Kyogre, unfortunately. But considering that I'm a bit low in terms of resources, in terms of involving Apalm, I'd rather kind of focus on Kyogre. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of an early Kyogre. Like, I don't like what I'm doing here. But taking a look at my deck and seeing that I've got a very low chance of drawing Ambipom and a very low chance of drawing into Empoleon, I'd rather not risk it because the chances are so low. Now, granted, fair, I can go into Golduck, which I might end up doing. Kind of depending on how this next turn goes. And then kind of sweep with Golduck, hopefully. So we'll see what it looks like. Because I kind of want to preserve my switch so I can get Kyogre out of there. So let's bring that down there onto Apalm. We can retreat the Apalm into Kyogre. We can evolve a Prinplup. Pokemon Fan Club. I want a Pokemon Fan Club here to bring out Fion. Always a fantastic Pokemon having Fion on your bench. And then Psyduck. The rest of them I really don't need right now. I've got everything else I need. Now, the reason I want to bring up Fion very early and have those options open is because, say for instance, I now knock out this Chinchou. My opponent brings out Grimer. I don't want to waste an attack into Grimer because it's exactly that. It's a waste. So I'd rather use Fion to swap them out. I'm just considering if I want to get rid of this energy. Are the chances of getting knocked out next turn pretty low? I'd rather play safe than sorry. I've got 2 energies there already. So I'm going to charge up the Psyduck. I'm hoping my opponent doesn't knock up my Kyogre this turn. And I'm hoping my opponent... my main hope is I don't want to lose Kyogre this next turn. Because what I can do is I can always charge up Kyogre. And then start attacking with Kyogre with Swirling Waves. Now, that is a very early Dragonite, which is a big problem. I see this is where Fion comes in handy, as I can just knock out Grimer. Because all the Pokemon on the bench are a lot more valuable to my opponent than Grimer. And that's where Fion comes in really, really handy, is by using Whirlpool Suction, it enables you to basically force your opponent to give you something more worthwhile. Because everything there is more worthwhile. Even if my opponent were to be a little bit silly and switch into Dragonite, get the free switch into Dragonite, I'm at least getting 80 damage off, which is not a bad thing. Let's get this Golduck down. Let's go for this draw energy. I want to see what I can get here. Not fantastic, but not the end of the world. Let's do that. Let's see what my opponent does with Fion, with the Whirlpool Suction. I wonder if they'll go for the free switch with Dragonite. No, they don't. They go for the Dratini. Because they're not scared of losing Dratini because they've already got Dragonite down. Okay, not great. But what I can use is I can use this Kyogre to basically bounce off of my initial one. So I can use my initial one next to charge up my second one, which will be a bit easier for me. I was really, really hoping to draw into a wave to get my Empoleon out, as that is what I need in my life right now. So let's go for Energy Loop. So the issue is that 100% this Dragonite's coming next turn. And having Viridian Forest down is really going to help my opponent keep the Dragonite going. Yeah, I don't know, maybe this was a mistake. Like, I'm happy I played Viridian Forest because it informed me to not commit into Apom and not rely too heavily on an early Empoleon. But unfortunately now it's going to make my life a little bit difficult. I think I'm going to have to give my opponent one of my Kyogres, which is a little bit sad. So what I'm thinking of doing, I might actually send forward the fresh Kyogre. It doesn't really matter which Kyogre I send forward. But I'm going to send forward the fresh Kyogre. I'm applying energy either way. I draw energy either way. I don't know, maybe I can hold on to the draw energy in case I get another Psyduck out. So I'll send forward the fresh Kyogre. The charge up Kyogre to get high water off quite easily to charge up my second Kyogre. Not great. So the issue with this is I'm probably going to Cynthia because I need to get Empoleon out. And I also wouldn't mind a Psyduck right about now. So I can start building into a second one. So let's get this energy down there. I do have 2 energies there. Fantastic. Oof, I need a new hand. I need to get Empoleon out. Okay, there's the Empoleon. That's huge. And I got the Fion back. Unfortunately, no Psyduck, which is a little bit sad. But I got Empoleon, which is a huge deal. Because that'll enable me to deal with Dragonite. And yep, let's just go high water. And let's charge up this second Kyogre. Alright, now I'm in a fairly good position. If my opponent retreats with Dragonite, I'm not going to get a one-hit KO on it, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to go into Kyogre first. And then kind of give it to my opponent. And see what my opponent does with that information. The issue is that Lantern sitting on the bench is a big issue. Because Lantern one-hit KOs Empoleon. Which I'm a little bit concerned about as well. Which is why I really wanted to get the Golduck out. Now I guess I can Ambipom, but I need to get the energies there, which is the issue. And I don't know if I'm gonna have the chance to do so. Because I have to put an energy down on Kyogre now. So I'm 1 energy behind, unfortunately. I needed 1 energy on Apom. Let's put this down. Let's see. Because it's going to have 30 HP left. So I'm actually going to Pokemon Communication. Oh, but I can't. If I do this, Ambipom's gone. But then I can get a Golduck out, which is just enough damage. Yeah, let's do it. Let's drop this Piplup. Let's bring out the Psyduck. Because now if the Dragonite stays in, it'll be an easy KO. Let's drop that down there. Let's go for Swirling Waves. Let's see what my opponent does. So what I'm doing here is I'm basically setting up for next turn Golduck. Because Swirling Waves deals 130 damage. So now this Dragonite's sitting with 30 HP left. So on 1 energy I can finish with Golduck next turn with Scratch. Unfortunately it's going to put my opponent in a very nice position, but it does save my Empoleon for later. Which is quite important. And hopefully it's enough. I'm scared they're going to build into a second Dragonite very early. And I don't know how to deal with that. Because already this is going to be difficult. I presume, yeah, they're going to get a KO here. I'm so far behind on prize cards. This is a problem, but I've got Empoleon ready. Because this is prize card 4, prize card 3, prize card 2. And this might end up being prize card 1. So I need to watch what I can do. And that is something I do quite often, is basically count backwards the prize cards, just so I can keep an idea in mind of what has to happen in which order. So this can go down here now. And yeah, let's just scratch away. I'm still on 29 cards. I have not drawn well this game. So now let's see what my opponent does next. So I wonder if they're going to bring out Lantern to get the Pickle from Golduck, which it does look like they're going to do. If they don't play another Dragonite this turn, I'm actually in a really good spot. Because he has to burn all his energies in this Lantern to get rid of Golduck, which will give me some time to then deal with Lantern. Ah, man, that's irritating. Please be a prize card. Because if they don't play this Dragonite, I can basically knock out their Dragonair with Empoleon next turn. I think it's a prize card. I think I lucked out. I think their other Dragonite's a prize card. Because there's no way you wouldn't take that. Ooh, I think I lucked out here. I really think I lucked out. Yeah. This is probably going to be game. I can stabilize off of this. Because it's going to take them 2 turns to charge this back up again. Yeah, that's huge. Alright, let's put that 1 energy down there. And yeah, let's do this recall. Direct dive. Goodbye. I don't want to deal with that. It's just too risky. I can't let them pick that up. The issue is if this Empoleon goes down, I'm in serious trouble. Because I don't have much else left. And this Thundurus is going to come with Thunderous Gale and do a silly amount of damage to me. And I can't do much about it. Because the thing is, if I do a Fion, there's no way they're going to switch into one of these two. They'll switch into one of these deads. Well, they'll switch into Grimer. Which I wouldn't be surprised to see retreat into now anyway. Which I'm kind of okay with, because then it's going to cost them more to deal with it. Because now this is a bit of an issue. Because next turn I get knocked out, right? And I don't have a way to deal with this, so I'm going to be 10 energy short, even if I knock it to the bench. Which I am going to do, to try and give myself a bit more wiggle room. Yeah, there's the Grimer. Now, what are the chances they don't have a switch? They haven't used switch yet. They're probably sitting with a switch in their hand. So do I get a prize card? Or do I almost guarantee this Lantern? This is a tough game. I think I need to deal with that Lantern as much as I can. I'm not a huge fan of that play. I would have liked to have got dealt with that Pidgeotto. Because they're drawing a lot of cards. I mean, they're down to 13 now. I'm still sitting at 28. So they're doing a lot better than I am at the moment. So I am really hoping against hope that they don't have a way to switch this Grimer out. But I'm fairly certain, yeah, they got to switch. The amount I need to draw an Ambipom right now is on a whole nother level. Oh, that's irritating. Using an Napoleon like that. Ooh, Ambipom, do I need you now? I'm actually going to discard this energy just to thin my deck. Oh, I need to get another setup going here very quickly. Is there any reason not to play this? I don't think so. Just in case I need to like switch this out. Let's go for a Tail Smack. Ambipom? Ah, not Empoleon. I don't need Empoleon right now. Oh, man. I need to draw this Ambipom so badly. This game's really come down to the wire. It was a lot closer than I expected it to be. I should have respected that Lantern more. But I was very scared of that Dragonite coming out. But knowing the Dragonite was a prize card, I should have dealt with Lantern. That was actually a poor play on my side. Like, I didn't give enough respect to Lantern. And I was too scared of the Dragonite. Because the thing is, this is game with Thunderous. Oh, there's no way I can knock this out now. It's got the free retreat cost. GG. Well played, my opponent. Yeah, I should have respected Lantern more. I was too scared of Dragonite in this game. I was way too scared of Dragonite. I didn't respect Lantern enough. I should put the damage on Lantern the first turn with Bubble Hold. That was the turning point. I didn't respect Lantern. Alright, well, let's jump into another one. So I'm going to carry on like just talking to my players. I have had a lot of success with Unseen Depths. As poorly as that game went. I have had a lot of success with it recently, just playing on the ladder. I actually used it to farm up the ADPs in the current ladder. Just because it tends to get quite a few quick wins. I have not played against the Zamazenta deck in a very long time. So I'm really keen to see how this game goes. So again, I'm definitely going to choose to go first. Because this deck has a lot of strong evolutions. Yeah, let's get Psyduck done. But unfortunate, like this would have been a really nice turn 2 hand. With Lily and getting those two out. This would have been a really, really strong going second hand. So that's a bit unfortunate. But it is what it is. So Psyduck is another really great opener because you're either going to get Confusion Wave off in turn 2, which is great, or you can get yourself a Golduck on turn 2, which is great. Because it's an evolution with a 2 energy cost attack, it works out really, really nicely. There's a Prinplup, which is not bad at all. And let's pass this along. Now, Duraludon is actually quite a nice, interesting one for Psyduck, because it's not going to evolve. So Confusion Wave is that much more powerful against it. Ooh, that's a bit scary. I hope my opponent doesn't get an early Corviknight down. Because an early Corviknight is going to be a little bit of a problem. Alright. Oh, I was silly. I should have 100% Pokemon Communication that. That was not a smart move. Because now, if my opponent does break through Confusion, I'm getting knocked out. And this is a terrible hand. If my opponent breaks through Confusion, there's a good chance I'm just dead in the water. This is not great. That's scary. And they broke through. Yeah, I should have brought out that Psyduck. That Golduck. I'm going to Cynthia because I need the biggest chance I can of drawing energy right now. Ooh, there's Fiona, which is quite good. There's a draw energy, which is also quite good. Ooh, another draw energy. That's very good. Let's go High Water. Charge up Kyogre. Again, a very early Kyogre. I'm not a fan of this, but I don't have a better option right now. Which is very unfortunate. And there's the early Corviknight, which is not fun to deal with. Oh, lovely. My opponent's having a very good game. Seriously? Man, that's irritating. Is Ferrothorn more valuable to my opponent than Duraludon? That is the question I've got to ask myself right now. Let's see what I get from Lily. And there's the Golduck I needed earlier. Because I'm considering using Fiona to basically get the Duraludon out. But they would 100% go into Ferrothorn. So I don't think it's worth it. Let's just go Swirling Waves. Yeah, because the thing is, I'm pretty sure if I Fioned there, I was really considering Fioning there, to try and bait out the Corviknight, but I think they would have gone straight into Ferrothorn. Yeah, this Corviknight's getting charged up, which is an issue. Here's the time I Fione though. Ooh. Do I just retreat this hard retreat Kyogre into Empoleon and just smack this Corviknight for 100 damage? I think I do. I think I just hard retreat this. Yeah, let's do it. It's hard retreat. Let's get the energy up. Pokemon Fan Club, let's bring out... Oh man, I meant to do... Oh, it doesn't matter. Let's bring out Psyduck. And I should have saved this for when I use Fione. And let's bring out a second Kyogre, which is always quite valuable as a support Pokemon. Let's drop that Psyduck down. And let's go say hello to Mr. Very, very scary Corviknight. So here's the funny thing, right? Corviknight comes in, I just use Fione, and I get rid of it. Corviknight doesn't come in, it gets knocked out. So kind of a win-win. Because my opponent was expecting me to stay in with Kyogre, which is exactly what I didn't do. And Recall, and Direct Dive. Now, of course, Ferrothorn, you gotta respect Ferrothorn. Like, I'm still not terribly happy dealing with Ferrothorn. But the fact that Corviknight with 2 energies is gone, I'm very happy. And that's really where the power of this deck comes from. Empoleon being able to hit the bench is crazy good. And I got super lucky. This is unfortunately going to hurt me quite a bit. Do I preserve this Empoleon and go into Golduck? He needs to get 3 hits to knock me out. I think I'm okay. Famous last words though. If he gets 3 heads, I'm dead. That's just, it is what it is. So let's see what happens. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Because so far this game is going relatively well. Because I could have used Tate and Lisa at that point to switch into Golduck. And then just dealt 30 damage, but it still would be sitting with 100 HP. So then Golduck would probably go down for not much of a reason. So I feel like this is a bit of a better play. Thankfully my opponent didn't have a second energy for Energy Slap. If our opponent was able to get Energy Slap off, that would have been awkward. Right, well I'm not getting knocked out, but I'm getting very close to it. I've only got 40 HP left, which is not a great spot to be sitting in. But what I can do is start charging up that Golduck. Yeah, I think that's the play. And then we just go Recall and Bubble Hold. Empoleon really is the center point of this deck. Like, as much as Kyogre is the flagship, Kyogre is the one that's going to be winning games. Kyogre, sorry. As much as Kyogre is the flagship, Empoleon's the one that's going to be winning games. The nice thing with Empoleon is the freedom to hit the bench gives you so much power. And with Fione being able to force your opponent to switch their Pokemon, it gives you a lot of board control. This deck is very good at board control because you're able to... oh, come on, man. Damn. You're able to get your opponent's active Pokemon out of the way. Which stops things like Iron Wing. Iron Wings. If my opponent had used Iron Wings to basically protect Corviknight, I could have just switched it out. And that gets rid of it. No, this sucks. Yeah, I'm getting knocked out here. So by being able to control the battlefield, you're able to do a lot with Empoleon. And between Empoleon and Fione, you're able to dictate your opponent's moves, which is always a good thing. Not really what I wanted. I won't lie to you. Let's get out Ambipom. I'm very tempted to use Tate and Lisa right now, but I think let's hold off on a little bit and just see what happens. The issue is Scratch just doesn't pick up a knockout. It's literally got 10 HP more than I need, which is really unfortunate. Because it means I have to apply the energy to Golduck, which I don't really want to do. And this deck has a lot of 130 HP Pokemon, which means Ambipom is not that effective. Ambipom is great, up to 120. Beyond that, Ambipom is less great, which is a problem. So I'm going to be able to knock out this Bishop and stay one prize card ahead of my opponent, but there is what I needed. Goodbye Psyduck, and hello Empoleon. Alright. So now I'm feeling a little bit better. I think I still go for knockout here, right? Or do I go retreat Empoleon? Killing 60 damage. I don't want to put excess damage for no reason on Empoleon, because I kind of need Empoleon to now carry the game. And what I might do with Empoleon is just snipe bench cards to get the prize cards. So I might just snipe Pawniard and snipe Rookidee with Empoleon, rather than actually go for knockout and Ferrothorn, because Ferrothorn only deals 100 damage. So it's going to be a 2-turn KO. So I think that's what I'm going to do with Empoleon, and it's certainly a viable strategy when playing with Empoleon, is knowing when you can just take prize cards and just slowly win the game that way. Because I just go recall, go direct dive, and I deal with that. And now next turn I basically win, because I knock out Rookidee. So unless my Empoleon can do 160 damage this turn to Empoleon, which is no way they can do, I win. And that's really where this deck becomes quite powerful. Because even if they force switched Empoleon, which they can't do, I would have a Tate and easy to switch it back in again. And that's where the game closes. Because now there's absolutely nothing my opponent can do. And it is one very powerful thing this deck has, is that you're able to just hit your opponent's bench. So if they make the mistake of just putting down basic Pokemon, they're just giving you prize cards. I got recall, I got direct dive, and that's game. So definitely playing this deck, definitely put a huge emphasis on Empoleon. This is still a fantastic deck to play, and really make sure you focus on getting Empoleon online, protecting Empoleon, and using Empoleon to just sweep your opponent. And really try and identify those times where you can hit the bench and just get free prize cards. But that's it. That's Unseen Depths. It was number 3 on my top 10 previously. It's a fantastic deck. If you haven't picked it up yet, consider picking it up. It's a great deck to play against. It plays well against both Charizard decks, which you'll see quite often. And overall, it's a lot of fun. So, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please do consider liking and subscribing. It really does help out. Liking and subscribing. I always drop and. I don't know why. But please do consider liking and subscribing. It helps me out a lot. I am this close to 2,000 subs, which is super, super exciting. And I got some special things planned for when that does happen. So once again, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, cheers. Enjoy.